Wakipa Hitauyats and the Pawatas the token. A long time ago, the people lived everywhere. Before there was any humans on this land, there was only the animal people. Coyote and his daughter lived together alongside the river. Coyote was pretty old, an old man, and he was kind of sickly, so his daughter took care of him. She would go out and gather bones that the wolves had left over, and she would bring the bones home and make a stew or a broth for her dad. It's a yaya. One day when she was out looking for food, there was this nice handsome boy who appeared out of the water. And he said, I want you to marry us. Here's 5 steelhead to take home to your dad. So she said, okay, well, I'll go home and ask my dad and see what he says. She took the steelhead home, and he said, no, I don't like steelhead. Watu tots. So a couple days later, she was out looking for food, and there was a whole deer laying there, and there was a handsome wolf that appeared. And he said the same thing, I want you to marry us, talking about the brothers. And she said again, I can't just say yes or no, I'll have to go home and ask my dad. So she takes the deer home and prepares it for her dad, makes a bunch of dry meat, makes him a nice dinner, and said, Dad, those wolves, they want me to go with them and be with them. They told me that we'll be taken care of and we'll never have to worry about food. We'll have a good life. And he said, yes, that's what I like. You can go live with the wolves and you can be married. So she went out to get water, and she saw the wolf that wanted to court her, and she told him, my dad said yes. So he said, okay, tomorrow we'll come early in the morning and get you. So the next day they went off, traveling over the mountains towards the Selway Craigs, towards the Bitterroots. And they were living there for a little while. And the otters found out. They made a plan that they were going to go up and kill those wolves. So they snuck up on their camp late at night, and they could just hear the daughter and the wolves just laughing, telling jokes, having a good time. Pretty soon around midnight, got quiet, and the wolves started to snore. The otters knew that when the wolves sleep, they sleep sound. Nothing's going to wake them up. And they started them on fire, and they killed the wolves and the daughter. Well, the next day, Coyote was just sitting out by the water, taking in some sun, and he heard up in the sky, Toda waka wehiatse, watu mawahanaku pakiu. Daddy, we're going over to the happy hunting grounds, or we're different people. You're never gonna see me again. And he said, no, I want to go with you. Take me with you. And the daughter said, okay, well, you build a fire and you burn yourself. So he did. He built the fire and he tried to burn himself, but he kept jumping out of the fire. So he was just halfway cooked. And the daughter said, okay, well, you just listen to our voice in the sky and you follow us. We'll show you which way to go. So they're out there in this place that we call Tsautsaupa, or the ghost place. That's way out in what we call the wilderness today. So they arrived at this place, this land of light, and in the daytime there was nothing around. It was quiet. But as soon as the sun was gone, here came all these beautiful people. Lots of friends and family that he hadn't seen for many years. They were racing, having horse races, playing stick games. And Coyote, he had his eyes on those pretty girls. That's what he liked. So, all of these beautiful people all night long, but when the sun came up, they were gone. They went back to where the spirits live. It lasted for about a month, and Coyote was getting lonesome. And the daughter said, "What's the matter, Daddy?" He said, "I think I want to go home now. I feel lonesome. I want to go find my best friend, Fox." And the daughter said, "Well, if you want us to come back to life, you can put us in a clear, clean buckskin, wrap us up and pack us back over the crags, over the mountains. And only one thing, you should never look back behind you. Always move forward." And he said, okay, so he put them all in a buckskin, the Wolf brothers and the daughter. And when he first started his journey, they were just light, no weight to him. But as soon as he was getting closer and closer to the final mountain, closer to home, they started to get heavier. Going up the last mountain, it started to rain. And on his way down the hill, he slipped and he looked back to catch himself, and his pack disappeared. And he could hear the daughter up in the sky laughing, saying, "You'll never see us again, Daddy. That's it. You lost your chance to bring us back to life." After the daughter left, Itziaya sat down and he cried, and he sang a song. Enemiyats, 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 miyochat, yochat, enemiyats, 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 nitsu. That song means, my child, I will never see you again, my child. And after he was done, he got up and he said, he predicted that these people, the human beings that are going to come to this land, they're going to feel that sorrow, just like I did, over losing my only daughter. So that's why we feel sadness today when we lose a loved one, is because Coyote first experienced that. And from there, he went to find his best friend, Talipa, the fox, and they lived happy together for the rest of their life. Yochalot.